Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Simucube Podcast. I'm Freddie, your host, and today we are joined by Tiina, People and Culture Manager. Tiina, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Do you want to introduce yourself and say what you do at Simucube? What is your role day to day?
My name is Tiina Knight, and I work as the People and Culture Manager here. I am responsible for all the people topics like recruitment and HR.
How long have you been doing that now? Because I joined 2.5 years ago and you were already here, so...
A little over 3 years now, yeah.
Okay, and what do you do day to day? What does it involve? What's a typical day look like for you?
My typical day, all kinds of people topics. So I work with recruitment. At the moment, we're hiring summer trainees. So that's something that I do. And also all kinds of payroll related things, supporting employees and also supporting our guardians who are our supervisors. So in their work and with their relationship with the employees.
Yeah. We have so many different people working here and with lots of different interests. We have sim racers, do we have a scientist? Like an ex-scientist?
I think we have at least one PhD, yes.
Yeah. And we have people interested in motorsports, technology, all sorts of different things. And how do you feel like that diversity shapes our culture?
I think we have a very good balance between different interests and passions. So we have found a way to discuss different topics and throw ideas and find the best solutions to problems that way. And I think our open communication culture is part of what makes it successful.
You're working quite a lot, I guess, with the people every day. And how do you help employees find their work meaningful and that sort of thing?
We have, as I said, we have a very open communication culture and low hierarchy. So people can talk to anyone here. They can express their ideas and also their dreams and hopes. So if you have something that you would like to achieve at work, you can discuss it with your team or your guardian or with me, of course, and then we figure it out together. We also give a lot of responsibility and freedom to people so that they can find their own passion and work towards it.
And how many people work here now? Because we've been growing quite a lot.
At the moment, we're 56. When I started 3 years ago, we were 20. So it's been quite a lot of growth.
There's a lot of growth. Have there been any growing pains? How do you feel about that?
I think we can see growth pains as well. Right now, we're hiring a little slower. So we have time to kind of build the processes and fix the problems that we have seen. I think when you go over 50 people, you start needing more structure and more processes and more defined roles as well.
Yeah. We've been in this new office space now for how long?
A little over 2 years.
Over 2 years. Yes. And well, from right at the start of the company, when it first started, there's been many different offices. And obviously, as the company grows, we need more space. And this is now really nice space for us. So how do you feel like the actual office space impacts our culture? Because, we have quite an open space. There's not many cubicles. You can, of course, have a cubicle if you want, but we don't have many walls. There's glass windows everywhere. Do you feel like that impacts the work culture at all?
I think we have done a very good job with the office space because while it's open and inviting, it also gives the ability to focus in your work and supports brain ergonomy as well. So we don't have open office space where people would work 20 people in the same room. We have small team rooms where the teams can bounce ideas off of each other and work together. And then we have smaller work rooms for those who need a little more privacy in their work.
And everyone working at Simucube can make an impact. So Simucube often talks about being part of a bigger picture. What does that mean in practice?
From my point of view, I think it's teamwork, that everyone kind of sees what their own work, how it relates to the bigger picture. You work together closely with your colleagues, and also there's cross-functional teamwork between different teams. And then when you have the visibility to what we're doing and where we're going, that gives meaning and helps you do your best to achieve that common goal.
Yeah. And what sort of different teams do we have here? I know, but I'm just asking. So the different teams we have R&D and
Yeah, so we have R&D team that has software, mechanical, and electronics engineering. That's about half the company.
Yeah.
And then we have a big commercial team with sales, marketing, and customer experience, and also supply chain management. That is like a cross-functional team collaborating with the whole company. And then, of course, administration to support this whole operation here.
And a bit of a difficult question, but how do we encourage, I think actually it's beyond the R&D team, but how do we encourage all teams to be innovative? Because that's kind of really the core of Simucube is innovative, trying new things. How do we encourage that?
I think different teams have their own ways of doing it.
Yeah.
It relies a lot on teamwork, but also everyone's own responsibility to continuously develop themselves. And for example, our R&D team had a hackathon not too long
Right.
ago. They had 2 days to do whatever projects they felt like doing, and we saw great results that we might be seeing later in the market as well. So they brought the whole team together and kind of let them go free. So that's what
Yeah.
we achieved.
So from these different hackathons or personal projects and things, someone can spark an idea. So how do we ensure everyone's ideas and thoughts are heard, whether they're in R&D or in commercial team or support? Someone can have a great idea. So how do we kind of handle that?
We have a company-wide communication culture, so we try to be as transparent as possible. So share the ideas in teams or in different meetings so that people can actually hear about them. And then we welcome everyone to the discussion, so you can share your opinions on topics that might not be exactly on your table, but you know something about. So we don't the best idea wins. We don't discriminate based on like what your role is or how much experience you have, but everyone gets heard.
Yeah, and talking of ideas and trying new things, one thing that we tested was the 4-day work week. So this is obviously a very interesting topic. Tell us a little bit more about why we decided to try it, how it actually went, and then what were the outcomes.
Yeah, I think, was it already 2023 when we
Yeah.
did it? So the whole company did 4-day work week for 3 months. That had been discussed for a long time in the company. We wanted to see if having more free time and working less would actually lead to better results and more effective work. I think the results, we actually had a thesis worker doing a little research on the trial, and the results that we got from it were kind of in line with what we have seen from other countries all over the world. So personal well-being increases. People feel that they have like a better balance between work and free time, but it also can cause stress. So if it's not made really possible for you to work fewer hours, so then it might be very stressful not having the time to do your work. And I think that's what we learned, that we need to improve our processes and be better at what we do and how we do things to be able to continue possibly later.
So there may be a possibility to continue.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
I think we're open to trying new things and like trying different ways to work. So why not?
I think a real testament to our employee-focused work culture was that we recently won the Human Power Workplace Award for companies under 250 employees in Finland. Obviously, that's a great achievement. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, the Human Power competition tries to bring up the stories of companies that do things a little differently, who are human-centric and have achieved business success through human centricity. And we were actually announced to the competition by one of our partners, so we didn't sign up ourselves. That was very flattering to me, that people outside the company had noticed that we have a good culture and things are done in a good way here. And then 10 people were interviewed from the company, and they got to speak their minds, and I guess we got good results from them. What we found was that even though we do things like in a people-centric way, we still have a successful business. So that's one point there, that it's not all fun and games, but we actually have decided to go with a strategy that leads to success with business, and people have a lot of freedom. People enjoy their work. They find it meaningful, and they're very committed to the workplace. They're proud to work for Simucube, and they're proud of what we do.
Absolutely. And you said the people have a lot of freedom. What sort of flexibility do we have, and what does that look like in practice?
Our working conditions are very flexible, so you can work remotely or you can come to the office. We expect everyone to be at the office regularly, but we don't track where you are or when you're coming and so on. So the working hours are also very flexible. But I think one big part of the freedom is that you get to choose how you do your work. So you have your role and you kind of know what is expected of you, and then you can find the best way to do it yourself, so no one's telling you what to do.
And what sort of support do we give to employees to have a good work-life balance?
Now we have actually put a lot of emphasis on leadership development, so that everyone would have a supervisor or a guardian who's supporting them. But the flexible working hours are one thing, and of course, if you need to take care of your family business or something like that during the day, you can do that, no questions asked. Also, you can, if you need to visit a doctor, you can do that on work time if it's not possible to do it outside of working hours. And also a lot of people, or not a lot, but some people here have chosen to work shorter work weeks, and we also agree to that. So there's flexibility on choosing your hours if you don't want to work a full week.
One thing I wanted to talk about was this happy Hoopu.
Yes.
Happy Hoopu, how do you say that? Tell us what that is.
Yeah, Happy Hoopu is an unwinding break during the day. So it's a paid stroll outside. The idea is to take a break during the day, go outside, get some fresh air, get your mind off of work so that you then have energy to work the rest of the day. So the only condition is that it has to happen in the middle of the day. You can't start or end your day with it to get the best benefit of it.
Let's move on to people and hiring people. So a lot of people want to work at Simucube. What should they know about Simucube?
What they should know about Simucube? Well, at least one thing about our hiring process is that we always publish all open positions publicly so that everyone has equal opportunities to apply. So we want to be open to different applicants and find the best person for the role and try to make sure that we're also a good match for the person.
And we have this anonymous application, process.
Yeah, so we have been using anonymous recruitment for about a year now, again, to promote equal opportunities so that our unconscious bias won't affect the outcome when we're reviewing the applications. So our recruitment system actually blurs the applications so that we don't see any personal information when we're reviewing the application itself. And then after the person moves on in the process, we get to see the whole profile.
Yeah. And what qualities do we look for in candidates?
I think what we all have in common here is kind of curiosity and willingness and eagerness to learn and develop ourselves. So that's one thing. We're always looking for something exciting or kind of interesting that the person has done or learned during their past career or studies or free time. We're not looking for like a certain degree or certain number of years of experience. We want to see what you can do. So any work samples, for example, are always interesting to look at. And the motivation to work for us is, of course, interesting. Not everyone has to be a sim racer. Not everyone here is a sim racer. But if you have some kind of interest to work for Simucube, that's always a good thing so that you know kind of where you're applying to.
What are some misconceptions people may have about working? And what would you like to crush now?
Yeah. I think our products and our brand internationally is so like high end that people sometimes might be a little surprised when they come to our office and see how laid back and down to earth we all are. So everyone wears wool socks here and is like very laid back, and we welcome everyone to the office, be it a candidate or a partner or a salesperson. Yeah. So I think that's one thing that people don't realize, how warm our workplace is when they see our brand outside.
So it sounds like a great place to work. If someone was interested in applying, where would they go and look? Or
Our careers pages have all the open positions listed, so you can also connect through our website. If there's not a suitable position right now, you can sign up for email updates on new openings.
And what are some of the restrictions, let's say, about working here in terms of location? I think it's the main one.
Yeah, we expect everyone to be able to work in Tampere at the moment. So we're 56 people and we all work here. So unfortunately, we can't hire fully remotely at the moment. But of course, the company is growing and things are changing. We're becoming more and more international. So that might be an option in the future.
Okay, and then the final sort of closing question. If someone is now sat watching this and thinking about, I would love to come and work there one day, what advice would you give them?
Find your passion. That's what we're interested in seeing. Show what you can do, and come and meet us at different events and talk to us and learn more about us. So then we can find out if we have a perfect role for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Tiina, for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been great to hear about the culture and the people. Maybe we'll have you again another time. And that's all for this time. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.